Egypt's military has staged a coup, overthrowing the country's first democratically elected president.
It comes after days of protests calling for President Mohamed Morsy to step down. Channel 4's Scott Johnson got some local reaction to the ouster, and he's joining us live tonight. Scott?
People who know Egypt are fascinated by this. We're seeing everything unfold on television, seeing rioting in the streets, a military overthrow as they take to a podium to say the president has been ousted. Something fascinating for those who are originally from Egypt to watch. Khaled Kamal has lived in Jacksonville since the early 90s when he moved here from Egypt. He says the chaos in his home country has been going on for years and really crescendoed in 2011 when Mohamed Morsy unseated former President Hosni Mubarak in a hotly contested election. Now the military took to the airwaves to say Morsy is out of office.
I think the military man is there just to prove that the national security is covered by the military. He's not there per se to say that this is a military coup to take over, because remember, Mubarak was a military man and he inherited the presidency.
Since Morsy won the election, his approval ratings have plummeted and Egypt's economy has continued to struggle. Kamal says he's constantly talking to family and friends back home about how they feel. Are you worried about family and friends over there?
No, because they got used to it. This has been going on for. If you ever live in a country that has been under dictatorship, you get used that anything could happen. Your sense of security is not there anymore because you know that you can go at any time.
As to what this chaos means to you, there can be an impact. I sat down with former UN ambassador and now distinguished visiting scholar at UNF, Nancy Soderberg.
Well, it's really tragic. Here you had all this hope for democracy in Egypt, and the United States was trying to help move things in the right direction, and they're just stalled. The government's made bad decisions, the opposition has made bad decisions, the army's making bad decisions. And it's you expect some bumps in the road on any kind of big transition like this, but this is headed for a major confrontation.
Soderberg says this has all really been going on in some form for 40 years, and she adds, if you think these are problems that are a half world away, she says Americans have a lot at stake, like future gas prices going up and global stability, to name a couple.
The United States has a vast interest in Egypt. The support of democracy, the stable region. It's the hope of the Arab Spring. You had Tunisia, Libya. Look what's happening in Syria. More unrest and turmoil is going to impact our interests there, which is stability, democracy, and a stable supply of oil.
And in talking to that immigrant, the gentleman who's originally from Egypt, he says that, well, I did ask him, how do people feel about this, who you talk to? Are they siding with one side or the other, still living in Egypt? He says it's almost 50-50, some on one side, some on the other, if that illustrates to you how divided the country is right now. We're live tonight. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.